Hello Eurovoix, we're here at the London Eurovision Party here in the nation's capital, and I am joined by someone who feels like in every way like a capital letter of a person. This is of course ADONXS from Czechia. How are you?
Capital A then?
Capital A, capital X, capital everything.
X, I love that.
I like capital X. How you feeling?
I'm blessed to be here. I used to live in London and study here, so it feels really nice to come back and to also see my friends and knowing my friends are coming tonight as well.
Lovely.
So it is a special stop for me.
Well, let's talk about London briefly, because you were here doing a degree in songwriting, of course, and back then you were doing long nights working in a gay bar to make ends meet at the time. So how has that big liberating experience in London impacted on you as an artist?
I wouldn't change a thing about that journey. It teaches you so much. And moving into London was the best decision of my life. Like, I feel like I grew as a person, not just on a professional level. I wasn't working just the late nights. I was babysitting and then doing a little bit of so-far sounds, if you know so-far sounds.
Yeah, I know so-far sounds, yeah.
Being an MC or, just like setting up the lights.
You were
and
a busy guy.
And then playing with my band for them as well. So it was a mixture of a lot of things happening. And now looking back at it from this perspective, I just really appreciate, and I feel very privileged, obviously, to do full-time music right now. And it just gives you a hint of like it paid off,
Absolutely.
Just be consistent, never give up. Although I did quit a couple times, but it was just like for a week or two, and then I just came back.
That's fine.
So that's fine. So yeah, it feels great.
And we're so happy to have you back, welcoming you back here with open arms. So you are someone who has so many different talents: dancer, singer, model, actor, activist. All of these things are wrapped into one with you. So with Kiss Kiss Goodbye, the song and the performance, how do you marry all of those different sides of you together? How do you express the full spectrum of ADONXS?
To hear this always feels like a bit exaggerated. Like I do define myself as a singer-songwriter, and then everything just comes along. I feel like I'm just harvesting all of the work that I've done before, whether it was modeling, whether it was like taking a dance classes. I always knew music is number one thing, and I knew that, okay, with pop music, you can actually apply all of these elements, and it does come alive on stage. So I think the answer is very simple, like, bringing in the dance break, bringing in the moves, bringing in the visuals. That's when all of this comes alive, and that's how I define ADONXS, as a acronym and a stage persona.
Yeah, as an expression of yourself and all of those things.
Spoke about myself in third person.
You did, yeah, you did. It's a cool name. You can say it sounds great. And the last thing I want to ask you is, we know that a few years ago you tried to get the word love redefined in Slovakian to be inclusive of all genders, all sexualities. Now we're at Eurovision. Everyone has different rules and terms for how the contest works. What's the one thing you want to redefine about this contest?
Oh my gosh, putting it on the spot. I think it would be I think the starting position for every country would be equal starting position.
So there'd be no running order as such?
No. I mean, budget-wise and everything.
Oh, budget-wise,
imagine every country.
Well, sometimes we talk about that on our show, is whether that would work.
Like, how would that change the dynamic of the show? Like, if literally there is a set amount for each country, and you cannot go above and below, and then everyone has a starting position, equal starting position in a way. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just like.
But it's like a good theory.
Yes, I'm just like thinking about it. Like, would that actually change? Like, because you do get countries with obviously higher credibility in the song, or
and
based
budget,
on
of course.
Based on obviously the history in the contest and how many wins they get and everything. And I do feel like not every country has this starting position. Like, some of the countries might be overlooked in this sense. So I will say the starting position.
That is a really interesting point, and I thank you for making it.
Okay.
Of course, ADONXS is performing 12th in the second semi-final in Basel, and we're all looking up to him, including me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Unintended.